Okay, so in summary, what are we saying here? So effective 10/1/24, new awards, continuations, etc. You have to worry about salaries over the salary rate limit in your cost pools of your F&A cost rate agreement. CAS is going to start implementing that now. So if you have recently gotten an approved or negotiated indirect cost rate agreement, it's what NICRA stands for. It should include that limit. You might want to make sure. They are not, however, going to be issuing new rates. So as I mentioned, a lot of you will be in the boat of having to wait about getting a new agreement that includes that rate limitation until your next regularly scheduled time to negotiate a new rate. So we're going to talk about what you can do in the meantime. But part of that is that you have to have written policies that limit your drawdowns to comply with that salary rate limitation. Just, based on some, anecdotal evidence from, some COGR members, it seems like for institutions of higher education who, if you're one of those, you know that we're subject to a 26-point cap on the administrative component. And that's probably where you're more likely to find salaries over the salary rate limit. So for institutions of higher education, the dollar impact of this is likely not going to be incredibly significant, but especially on any particular grant, maybe for the institution as a whole, if you are a large research institution with a lot of HHS funding, that starts, accumulating and could be significant. Definitely will be significant for our friends in the not-for-profit organizations that aren't subject to that cap. And then of course, if you think about HHS as a whole, it's a huge agency, and this does apply to most HHS fundings. There are a few programs that are different, get their funding a different way, but for the most part, it applies to all of HHS. And as Gil and I were talking this morning, he reminded me that it's not just HHS. Some of you may have awards from the Department of Labor that are subject to this cap.